It's Mickey TV.
I hate that intro.
That's my son Corey, and both him and I are going to do movie reviews or movie series review of the Indiana Jones series, the first three movies.
Haven't seen the fourth.
Yeah, my son
I
hasn't
just know
seen
it's
the
bad.
fourth.
I
He
know about
knows
the
it's
fridge.
bad.
I know
You
about
know,
the fridge. I've looked up the fridge clip. It's so bad.
it is really bad.
Uh-huh.
That's a separate movie we can just tear into on another video,
It might
maybe.
hurt me is the problem.
It just might.
Okay, so where do you want to start?
Well, we're gonna start off with Raiders of the Lost
Obviously, but where
Ark
do you want to start
first.
there? Because like everyone loves the boulder scene. Do we need to talk about that? You can
It's
talk
the
about it. Come on.
beginning scene
It's
that
good.
makes the whole movie iconic.
It's iconic, but it's not.
It's the one scene
It's not
where,
like it's amazing writing. It's just amazing.
yeah, it's amazing writing. It's amazing
Well,
beginning.
not amazing writing, just amazing.
Couple
But
things.
whatever.
One old thing I knew about that scene was that when Indiana Jones trips in that scene, that was an actual trip
I would
that
assume.
had Harrison Ford close to being rolled over by that thing.
Oh, one more thing I gotta say. You know when they're in the desert, right? And he
Right.
shoots that guy. That was supposed to be like a big fist fight with swords and stuff.
Yeah.
But like everyone was having diarrhea apparently because of how hot it was. It was like 110 degrees or something crazy. So everyone was having just such bad diarrhea that
Yeah.
no one questioned it.
They went with it.
Well, it was a pretty good scene actually.
Well, it was really good that the guy didn't even. I mean, it wasn't planned, and when he shot, the guy that was on the other end
Yeah.
went with it. He
Yeah.
fell over dead.
Yeah.
So that was
That was
great
pretty
scene.
good.
And another great thing about that beginning scene where they're escaping the boulder and
I
that.
like when he gets chased into the airplane.
Yeah, and then it gets
The
chased.
snake joke is
the
kind
snake.
of dumb, but at least it's like at least it leads up to things to come.
Yes. But one interesting thing I just found out, his assistant guy that was in there that got killed in the temple with the spear through his throat is Alfred Molina. I didn't know he was in that movie. He's the guy that plays Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2
That's
with Tobey
crazy that
Maguire.
The snapping guy.
The snapping guy. The guy that does this with his fingers.
Oh.
So,
Oh, you have to put an image of that up there. Just remind me.
yeah. So what else do you have to say about Raiders?
It's the worst of the three.
You think it's
Of
the
the
worst of
three,
the
keep
three.
in mind.
I think
Keep in
it's
mind, of the three. I haven't watched the fourth.
um it's better than the fourth, definitely.
Yeah. Isn't
I
that your favorite? I thought, or is it Crusader? That's
Raiders is probably my favorite
Yeah.
still.
Uh-huh.
But Crusaders like a close
Oh,
second.
One thing I really liked about Raiders, this is a weird thing that I don't know if as many people cared about as me, is when the bar scene, man, when everything's on fire. That's great.
That part is good.
It's very well choreographed. It's very like it flows. Nothing like gets stuck too long.
It's a heck of a fight scene, that's for sure.
The only thing that bugged me about was like how long people stayed in the building. Is the only thing that bugged me. I like that the main Nazi dude just left right away.
Well, the one guy that burnt his hand and put the symbol on his
Yeah, he just
hand,
ran away.
it was like, I don't know if that would have really happened in
Maybe.
real life.
Maybe. The Nazis were pretty bad, man. The Nazis were pretty bad.
But-
This united the world against the Nazis, keep in mind.
The one thing I liked about this movie was like once the Ark was found, it
Oh,
was
I hate
just
that.
one chase scene after another.
The chase scene. I thought you were referring to the ghosts.
No, when they open up at the end,
What's with the Jewish ghosts?
I
No-
have
no one
no
ever explains it.
idea. Nobody ever explains to me.
Even though the funny thing I love about it, like if that did happen, the situation that happens after is super realistic, where they like put in a quarantine zone.
Yeah.
Because that's how people would react to that kind of thing.
I mean, we're
Is they
warned
throw it
ahead.
in a quarantine zone.
We're kind of warned ahead of time that it had great power, but it never like explained why it was doing what it was doing, and never explained how Indiana Jones knew. Do not look at it.
Oh, yeah, that was really bad. If they explained that, like if he was like, oh, like Nicolas Cage style afterwards, like, oh, this is the reason? Cool. Okay, now let's talk about the thing that ruined the ghost scene even more than the ghost scene itself.
Well, after they opened up the
face
Ark?
melting.
Yeah, face melting.
It's probably just because it's outdated and I'm a young dude, but yeah.
Well, maybe it is the power of God coming forth from
Why
the
is God
from
such
the
a jerk?
Ark. And it's just
Like,
too much.
like, I get
It's
that-
just too much power.
like,
It's not that he's a jerk. It's just too much power.
Well, it wasn't. Okay, whatever. You're not wrong about being too much power. It's just how silly it looks, is what Ruin said.
You thought it was silly? I
The
suppose.
ghosts weren't silly. The melting was silly.
The melting was
Specifically
silly.
that. The ghosts are dumb, but not like.
They
oh,
melted
scary.
and exploded. You got to remember that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That makes it worse. Stop reminding me.
Yeah.
Okay. Temple of Doom, my favorite.
Temple of Doom.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh, we skipped over most of our notes.
Oh, we had some notes. Marion was all right. I
don't
wasn't
like
a big
Marion.
fan of
I
Marion,
don't like Marion.
but she was all right.
Not the worst.
She's not the worst, and I thought the villain Baylock was pretty cool.
All
And
the
he was
villains
like
are
a sharp contrast to what Indy was, but yet they both could have been easily reversed back and forth. That's the one thing I noticed. And then,
reverse back and forth,
like, it could just have been,
like if they were in a different situation. You mean?
yeah, definitely.
Okay, fair enough.
So, and then they had the guy that played Gimli in Lord of the Rings play Sala. That was pretty cool.
Sala, yeah, the guy with the beard and
The guy
fez,
with the
right?
beard.
He had a fez, right?
He had a fez on his head.
Uh,
And then now Temple of Doom.
okay, the annoying lady.
The annoying lady and the
Don't
annoying
speak of
kid.
The kid's not that bad. He's not like little Anakin. He's not that bad. He's
No,
not,
not as bad as
And it's not
little
like
Anakin,
it's
but
not like he has like his blow up the space station moment either. He doesn't have that kind of level of bad. Okay. I like how there was actually a bit of a mystery element to it, and compared to the other two Indiana Jones movies.
what mystery element?
Like it was like, oh, we got stranded, and now we're in this castle, right? But then like you realize, what the heck? There's all these traps. It goes deeper and deeper and deeper, and then you find out it's a cultist, and then you find out there's sacrifices, and then you find out they're at war with this other country. It goes really deep, and they have slaves as well. It goes really deep compared to the other one.
True. This was the movie though that a lot of people didn't like back in the 80s.
Well, it's a prequel. That's a problem.
It's a
They
prequel.
didn't establish it enough.
But the other thing is, there was some really like over the top scenes where it's like,
Face melting.
well, at least they died. When you're talking about when at the opening scene when the pilots leave the airplane and they're just in there, and then they jump out of the airplane onto a raft, and it happens to hit just
Stop,
right on the
stop.
mountain.
Let me explain something. It's because the effects were bad. Because I got what George Lucas was going for. If they could have like done it with modern effects, I think it would have been like much more at the last second when they got out.
Maybe.
I think they could have made it look like, oh, the boat's literally falling out the second the plane is about to hit. I think that was the goal.
I suppose, but there was like a lot of things like that. It was just like,
I like the bridge scene. That's the reason this movie's the best.
oh, when he cuts the rope,
Oh yeah, and then the other guys show up after that.
And then
so
the
it's
other
great.
guys
And
show
then
up.
and then he returns the stone, and all the children start running back home.
yeah,
And it's all the like mystery stuff, like all the stuff you didn't understand. It all just gets resolved in one really big stroke, but not too fast.
not too fast.
Yeah.
But I do have to agree with you. Willie, the character
worst.
Willie Scott,
Yeah, annoying
is the
lady.
worst. Yeah, annoying lady.
Okay, want to hear how we labeled these? We labeled Marion as Lady 1, and we labeled Willie Scott as Annoying Lady. And Marion's the only one with the number.
Yeah, Marion's the only one.
Trick Dad into writing that.
Oh, spoiler alert! Marion does return in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So,
Dear God.
dear God, just that's right. We're getting close to the end.
To the end. Last minute thing you need to say?
Not yet. We can continue the Temple of Doom talk and then talk about Last Crusade in the next video, since I can only do 10-minute videos at a time on YouTube and that. So we will sign off.
You're in there, Indy.
We will sign off right now, and then check out our second video of the Indiana Jones, the first 3 movies series. We will talk to you guys later.
Wait. Hail Hydra.
Captain America there. Talk to you later. Bye.